What's up guys? This is Joshua Inocencio and I'm going to discuss the inspection and safety checks of a boiler. Ano nga ba ang boiler? Steam boiler means any closed vessel in which for any purpose steam is generated under pressure greater than atmospheric pressure and includes an economizer used to heat water being fed to the vessel and any superheater used for heating steam and any pipes and fittings. It is one of the essential equipment on board ships. Its purpose is to provide heating to the main diesel propulsion engine. Sa madaling salita, malaki ang papel ng boiler sa isang barko. Ito ang nagpo-produce ng system para magkaroon ng power or energy. So bakit nga ba natin kailangan mag-conduct ng inspection at safety check sa boiler? Reasons on why there is a must to have inspection and safety check on the boiler. Number 1. Boilers are subjected to extreme fluctuation in temperature and extreme pressure. They must be incredibly strong. Number 2. But these plates can crack and buckle over time. If a problem goes undetected for too long, the boiler could suddenly explode with a force equivalent to a bomb going off. Number 3. Safety is the primary concern when conducting boiler inspection. Number 4. Another concern is preserving the longevity of the boiler. Kaya mahalaga magkaroon ng inspection sa boiler. Dahil kung hindi natin ito i-check, pwedeng lumala ang sira ng mga parts nito na pwedeng maging sanhi ng pagsabog. Now, let me discuss kung ano-ano nga ba yung common risk sa isang marine boiler. The following are the most common risks associated with the marine boiler. Number 1. Boiler explosion. Many cases of boiler explosion in the past have shown how dangerous marine boiler can be if not operated professionally. Accidents happen when the fuel system within the boiler is mishandled or when the steam pressure inside the boiler drums is not regulated. Ang isang example nito ay ang Norway boiler explosion na nangyari noong May 25, 2003. Ang posibleng dahilan nito ay ang failure ng safety valve. Ano-ano nga ba ang maaaring dahilan ng boiler explosion? So meron tayo ditong boiler fire or meltdown. The boiler fire is another type of accident which can destroy all the tubes inside the boiler and lead to an explosion or spreading of the fire within the ship. Nangyayari ito pag na-reach na ng mga bakal sa loob ng boiler ang melting point nito. Next is what we call the thermal shocks. This is a condition where low water causes the heating surface to become overheated and then cooler water is added. Dahil sa sobrang steam na nag-cause ito ng explosion dahil walang enough na space para sa steam. Last is combustion explosion. This can be a result of gases which build up and an ignition source ignites the gases. Pwede itong mangyari sa loob o sa labas ng boiler. Ang susunod na risk ay ang tinatawag nating scalding. Scalding is a type of burn caused by high temperature steam. Steam burn is one of the most common accidents seafarers experience on board. It is said that 8 out of 10 seamen who work with the steam system have experienced scalding in their careers at least once. Next, hot surface. The boiler and the associated pipes, valves, and auxiliaries have very hot surface as they carry steams to the different parts of the ship. A direct skin contact with any of the exposed surface will lead to a severe burn. Next is the chemicals. There are harmful chemicals in boilers that have a bad effect in the body. These chemicals are oxygen scavenger, trisodium phosphate, and alkalinity builder. Ang pagkakaroon ng close contact o pag-inhale ng mga chemicals na ito ay maaaring makapekto sa respiratory system ng tao o tumatay. Ngayon, i-discuss naman natin yung ways to master the engine room watchkeeping procedure. We have knowledge is the base. Siyempre, dapat may knowledge o kaalaman ng isang engineer or watchkeeper para malaman niya mga dapat gawin. Number 2, follow your instincts. Dito dapat ang isang watchkeeper ay pagganahin ng kanyang six senses para mas madalian siyang malaman ng problema. Ito nga pala yung six senses at kung para saan sila ginagamit. Touch. Feeling a machine for its temperature can tell you about the condition inside the machinery. For high temperature means something wrong. Hearing. It is always advisable to keep a track of sounds coming from the different machines in the engine room as any abnormality would result in the change of the sound. Smell. Another powerful sense that helps to determine a problem is smell. During parts of accessories due to increase in temperature, oil leakage chemicals can be easily identified using this sense. Taste. Your tongue can identify the different tastes, and you can apply this characteristic to your watch keeping routines. Tasting can help you to identify the difference between seawater and freshwater, as both of them are used as prime mediums for cooling on ships. Visual. The most common used sense of all is the power of visualization, helpful in identifying engine room and machinery conditions. Whenever you enter the engine room, you must start looking for any kinds of visual abnormality. Sixth sense, considered to be the most powerful of all senses. Your inner feeling or gut feeling can sometimes prove to be a lifesaver during watchkeeping. Listen to it when you feel there is something wrong in the engine room. However, don't rely on it blindly. Back it up with proper procedures. Third is go by the book. Sa isang engine room, may iba't ibang documents at manuals na dapat sundin. So dapat ito yung susundin natin para malaman natin kung ano yung previous condition ng isang boiler. Number 4 is interpreting logbook. Siyempre, kailangan natin i-check yung logbook ng boiler para malaman natin ang kondisyon nito at mas madalian tayong malaman ng problema. Number 5, clear communication. Siyempre, lahat ng bagay importante ang malinaw na komunikasyon para mas madali ang malaman ng problema at hindi na dumagdag pa sa problema. Number 6, take a complete round. Don't skip any machinery. Pag nag-check o nagra-rounds, dapat lahat i-check para malaman ang kondisyon ng lahat ng machinery. Number 7, never neglect any alarm. Ang alarm ang nagsisilbing signal sa engine room. So dapat pag nagka-alarm o nag-alarm agad puntahan na tignan. Number 8, do not hide faults. Pag nagkamali tayo o may nakitang problema, hindi dapat ito itago kasi pwede ito pang maging sanhi ng mas malaking problema. Number 9, call for help when in need. Siyempre sa lahat ng bagay para mas mapadali ang trabaho kailangan ng teamwork. Number 10, obey orders. Sa kahit anong aspeto ng buhay, kailangan natin sundin ang mas nakakatanda o yung may mas alam. Huwag magdunong-dunungan kasi baka mas lumala pa ang problema. Number 11, follow alcohol policy. Never let alcohol affect your work. Number 12, avoid fatigue. Dapat magpahinga pag free time para pag oras ng trabaho magawa ng tamang trabaho. Ngayon, tapos na tayo sa basic procedure ng watchkeeping. Ang tanong, tuwing kailan nga ba tayo kailangan mag-conduct ng inspection? So meron tayong daily operation, weekly routine checks, at monthly routine checks. Daily operation. During normal operation of the boiler, some work and check procedures have to be considered every day. First, check the boiler steam pressure and the water level. Number 2, check the feeder water control system is operational. 3, check the boiler water condition and make necessary countermeasures with regard to the feeder and the boiler with treatment. If necessary, blow down the boiler. Number 4, check the function of the oil burner at different capacities through the inspection holes on the boiler. 5, check the flue gas temperature after and or the draft loss across the boiler. If either the temperature or the draft loss is too high, the pin tube section must be cleaned. Weekly routine checks. First, drain each water level glass for about 10 to 15 seconds. Number 2, in case of contaminated boiler water or insufficient water treatment, the draining of the water level glasses must be done more often. Number 3, check the safe water level device. Number 4, depending on the boiler water test, blow down the boiler. Open the blow down valves quickly for a few seconds, and then close and open again for about 5 to 10 seconds. Number 5, repeat this operation when required according to the boiler water test. Number 6, perform scum blowout by means of the scum valve when required. The scum blowout must be carried out until the drained water is clean. Monthly routine checks. Number 1, test all standby pumps. Number 2, check all boiler mounting for damage or leaks and repair or replace if necessary. Number 3, check the function of the high steam pressure switch by lowering the set point or by raising the steam pressure. By closing the main steam valve slowly. The burner must stop automatically. Ngayon, ano-ano pa ba ang kailangan natin inspect sa boiler? Una, yung inspection ng furnace. The furnace should be inspected at least twice a year. During this inspection, the following issues should be taken into consideration. First, check for cracks at the reflectory lining and that the furnace walls are free from excessive soot deposit. Second, examine carefully the area opposite the burner. Too much soot deposits indicate that the burner should be adjusted. Third, check the pin tube elements are intact and that the soot deposits are within normal limits. Next, inspection of boiler water side. The boiler water side must be carefully inspected at least twice a year. This inspection of great importance and no doubt the most important of all the maintenance measures, since it has a direct influence on the boiler longevity and on the security. So nakikita nyo sa video yung pag-check ng boiler water side. Sa pag-i-inspect ng water side, pwedeng makakita tayo ng mga hard deposits, corrosion, and circulation disturbance na dapat kaagad masolusyonan o maayos para hindi na lumala pa. Katulad dyan sa video na yan, binuksan niya yung water side ng boiler, pinicturean at vinidyohan niya yung loob ng water side. Kapag kasi hindi naayos o naalis ang mga kalawang, maaari itong makaapekto sa heat supply na binibigay ng boiler. Isa pa, kung ito ay hindi naalis, maaaring mag-overheat ang mga material sa boiler at masira. Next is contamination. If the boiler is contaminated with foreign substances like oil, chemicals, corrosion products, it is very important to act immediately to avoid damages to the boiler. Now, let me discuss the procedures and remarks for inspection. First, shut off the boiler and allow it to cool below 100 degrees Celsius. The boiler should not be depressurized by lifting the safety valve and then filled with cold water, since the stress introduced by too rapid cooling may cause damage. Number 2. Empty the boiler and close all valves. If the boiler is connected to a second boiler, check that the valves between them are closed. Number 3. Unscrew and remove the manhole hatch on the boiler and enter the boiler when it's sufficiently cold. When the welding in the boiler, a careful examination should be carried out with respect to any possible corrosions or crack formation. Number 5. If deposits are found to be forming in the boiler tubes, the boiler should be chemically cleaned. Number 6. It is advisable to consult a company of cleaning specialists who will examine the boiler deposits and treat the boiler accordingly. Number 7. After chemical treatment, the boiler should be blown down at least twice a day for approximately once a week. This will ensure that excessive slug deposits due to the chemical treatment do not collect in the bottom of the pressure vessel. So, ibig sabihin, mahalaga magkaroon tayo ng inspection or safety check sa boiler. Kasi kung hindi, maaari itong masira kagad at mag-cause ng pagsabog. So, kailangan natin sundin yung daily check-up, weekly check-up, at saka yung monthly check-up to make sure that our boiler will work in good condition. Okay, thanks guys for watching my video.